I'm Karina Lipsman, and I'm running for Congress in Virginia's 8th District. I have lived the American dream.
With this statement, congressional candidate Karina Lipsman starts her election campaign. There wouldn't be anything unusual about it had it not been for her background.
I came to the U.S. when I was 8 years old from Odessa, Ukraine, and we came on a refugee visa with my single mother and my grandparents.
They came in 1993. Karina started school, and her mother worked as a seamstress supporting the family. Despite the difficulties, Lipsman is grateful to her mother, who wanted the best for her daughter.
When I turned 18, I applied to become a U.S. citizen, and that was a choice that I made because I wanted to be part of America.
She has a graduate degree from Johns Hopkins University and built a career in the defense industry. Today, she hopes to make the next step to the U.S. Congress. Lipsman is running in Virginia's 8th District. No Republican has been elected in the suburban district outside Washington, where Lipsman is running for more than 30 years. But she and her campaign manager, Brian Johnson, have a plan based on the changing demographics of the district. Nearly half of its residents are immigrants.
I think a lot of people in this area and involved in politics in general come from families of wealth, come from legacy, politically involved families. Largely your immigrant population, largely your non-white male population in this district were not raised under those circumstances. And so Karina's story of having to fight and claw for everything that she has now, having to fight through a white male-dominated defense sector to rise to a very senior positions that she completely left to run for Congress full-time. I think those stories and those life struggles are ones that the majority of this district can relate to.
Lipsman doesn't hesitate to criticize President Biden for high inflation levels, rising gas prices, and high crime rates. But on top of that, she believes his administration has not done everything it could to prevent the war in her native Ukraine. Lipsman easily won her party's nomination in a primary election and is considered to have a good chance of winning the general election in November.
I received 61.5% of the vote on the first ballot, which is unheard of. My closest competitor was at 19%. I gave a speech, and the speech was how an immigrant from Ukraine is now on the stage as the elected nominee to run for Congress, and how surreal that moment was.
A tough campaign is still ahead of Lipsman, and she is busy raising funds to continue it. She plans to raise over $500,000 in the next 30 days.